Have you ever looked at a different example, silver Morgan, dollar, and wondered what if this little coin could change everything? What if buried, deep in your pocket change, hidden in a... Today we're going to be looking at the 1881 silver Morgan dollar and what can make your Morgan dollars a lot more valuable than their face values. So, welcome back to LC Coins World. You guys are having an awesome day as always. If you guys are new, feel free to check out all the other videos here on the channel and feel free to check out couchcollectibles.com. We have all new product on the store. Everything is restocked, so feel free to go check it out. As always, let's just hop into this. All right, starting off first with an 1881 CC mint mark. So for this year in 1881, you will have different mid marks. You will have Carson City, which is CC. You will have the New Orleans, which is the O mint mark. You will have an S mint mark, which is San Francisco, and a No mint mark, which is Philadelphia. Now, this coin is graded at a very high grade of Mint State 68 by PCG, as that is where all the value was at for this coin. So it is super rare to have this coin in this condition, and it's also a very low mintage key date coin. They only produced 296,000 of the 1881 Carson City Morgan dollars for the 1881 no mint mark. Over 9 million of those made 1881 omit. Work over 5.7 million of those 1881 S. Mint mark over 12 million. So for the CC, that is the super rare one, of course, 296. How rare of these, how many actually exist today here on the reverse? You'll see that Carson City Mint Mark II, have it in this shape, and to have it in general is just awesome. So that's why it's valuable, the fact that it's a key date, not many of them made, and very, very high grade, the coin grading. Scale goes up to 70. This is at a 68, and that's why it sold for over 28,000. All right now, if you compare it here to an 1881 Carson City that is in very poor condition, it's graded at a 2 on the coin grading scale. Coin grading scale goes from 1 to 70. This is, of course, on the lower end, the lowest as it basically gets, and this coin still sold for over 210 in this condition because of it being a super rare key date. Again, you could still see the CC mint mark on this coin, even though there's a ton of wear to it. But to even have this coin, it's super rare, so that's why it's going to sell for over 200 in that condition. Now here is a mint era coin, 1881 S mint mark. So you'll see the estimate mark on the reverse. The reverse looks very normal. But here on the obverse, you could see that it had a filled die, so you can't really see the whole obverse design as a result of that mint error. So this coin, graded by PCGs, ended up selling for over $1,600 at auction, $1,600 now. Here's an 1881 no mint mark that is graded at a Mint State 67. Now that is where all the value is at for this coin, because of its high grade. If there's not many of these 1881 no mint marks at a Mint State 67, then that's going to drive up the demand for the coin, which ultimately increases the price for the coin because it's supply and demand. If there's not many that exist, a lot of coin because it's supply and demand. If there's not many that exist, a lot of, for over 28,000, people will want it. They're going to pay big money, and that's why the coin sold. Now here is an 1881 that is the same year, no mint mark, just like the last coin that sold for over 28,000. This coin only sold for around 50 at auction, and that's because it's graded at a lower grade. It's graded at an AU 53. Now it's in horrible condition or anything. Oh, 53, decent grade, but this is a common coin. They made a lot of the no mint mark from 1981. So if you don't have a high grade, very top grade, or have some type of mint error, it's not really that valuable. So keep that in mind, the grade population. And grades of these coins are super important, only around $50 for that coin. Now here's an 1881 omit mark, so all struck through debris, graded at a Mint State 65 by Annex. Looks like that strike through is taking place. Here towards the back of the head, we see that little line there. So there's all kinds of different examples of strike throughs, of course. Like I say, this coin ended up selling for a little over 100 at auction. Here's another example that is graded by PCG's A. Different example, 1881 S Silver Morgan dollar that was struck through a wire. Here on the obverse of the coin, you can see that they're going through the star. As we zoom in on the coin, so you can have a coin that was where a thread got in the way, or a piece of cloth, or all kinds of different scenarios that can cause a strike through error. So this coin ended up scenarios that can cause a strike through error. So this coin ended up selling for over 100 as well, all right? Guys, don't forget to subscribe in the